We got the camera going, and yes, I'm going to talk about AI again because you have to see this. Howdy everyone, Nate here. I was browsing YouTube as a viewer the other day when this box showed up. Now the prompt at the top is ask for videos any way you like, and below it gives a lot of different options. Things like tell me about the different types of cacti, show me something that will make me laugh, or I need to learn basic car care, suggest some helpful guides. Now this is a screenshot, so I won't be able to demonstrate the actual functionality, but there's a good chance that you watching this have seen these types of boxes showing up on your YouTube. Now at this point, I would classify this as experimental, but there's a whole world of unspoken underneath this. How about you and I play a prediction game? I'm going to make some safe and some wild predictions based on my educated perspective on what is going to happen with AI and YouTube. AI will play a larger, more public-facing role in content discoverability, perhaps more dramatic than even we could predict at this point. With conversational models in other AIs, it seems like it was only a matter of time before this happened to YouTube also. Even though the YouTube algorithms were already very AI-based, more neural network types of models, this is one of the earlier instances that I'm aware of where they're making that publicly available. You as a viewer can use a prompt to customize directly your viewer experience. I'm not sure at this point how ranking or how recommendations are going to occur with this AI prompt versus the standard YouTube algorithms as they currently exist. There is the possibility, as with every update to the algorithm or new content type that is introduced onto this platform, that there will be some new rules or some new approaches that make it more likely that your videos will be recommended by an AI query like this. Might even lead to videos being custom curated almost into mini playlists based on a query. Or, heaven forbid, even segments of videos. If, for example, my query were, how do I fix my specific model of car, and the AI were able to detect a section of one video is really good for this part, a section of another video is really good for this part, maybe based on retention, and then the final part of another video is good, there's a possibility it will be able to Frankenstein multiple parts into a single viewer experience. Heaven forbid that actually happened though. In fact, if anybody at YouTube is watching this, please do not do that. What I'm saying with this first prediction is that the capability is already there, and this is the first time that I'm seeing it public-facing, potentially dramatically changing the way that people find videos. Next prediction for AI on YouTube. AI content and the production of content is going to get dramatically better. As we're already seeing with AI video generators that are able to produce full-fledged videos with sound and speech. However, I'm gonna put my foot down here and say I do not believe that fully AI-generated content is going to replace all content. I know, ooh, dramatic take here, ooh, but let me explain what I mean here. AI-generated content is going to replace certain types of content, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. The reasoning why it's not going to replace a lot of content is thus. If you like watercolor art a lot, and you watch a video of watercolor art being produced, and you find out afterwards that that video was actually AI-generated, would that change your opinion of the video? I would venture a guess to say that yes, it will, on a varying degree. Different people are going to have different tolerances for how okay they are with knowing a video is AI generated versus not. What we have right now is a whole generation of people that are becoming more and more aware of it and using it, and they're going to determine how tolerant they are of this AI-generated content, which might lead to some more safeguards in place on the platform. But more on that even later on. I would expect, in fact, I would be shocked as this AI-generated content trend continues forward if there weren't ways for creators like you and I to signal that this content is not AI generated as a form of appreciation, a form of validation that this work that I put into this watercolor piece of art that I made is actually me. It wasn't generated by an AI. Because fundamentally underneath that, we still support humans. Next prediction, AI will absolutely continue to improve creators' capabilities. And some qualification for this, an issue I am seeing for myself and for many creators like yourself is the vast array of options available to us, combined with the vast array of skills needed inherently built into being a successful creator on this platform. And what I'm seeing AI doing especially well right now is provide additional capability for creators like us. As an example, using the AI built into Nexus Clips. You're able to input one of your videos and then use a custom query for it to find the most relevant moments within that video. And then from there, you're able to easily select from that curated list which ones you want to make into publishable clips pretty darn easily. Now, could a human like yourself do that with your own content? Yes, you could, but using the AI in Nexus Clips is much faster. And in many cases, it'll find moments that I wouldn't have even thought of in that context. And from a productivity standpoint, I'm finding it much easier to just select yes, I want that, or no, I don't want that, than to have no parameters whatsoever. I recommend you use Nexus Clips to generate new content for your channel or for your additional socials with relatively little additional effort on your part. And yes, I'm putting the link below and I got you a great deal on it. Here we get to the next AI prediction. It will replace some content on this platform. I expect the areas that will be hit the hardest here to be the generic or very non-artistic or non-heavily preferential areas of YouTube. With my definition of preference-based here being, if someone doesn't have that, they don't really care how the information is delivered, they just want the information. They don't care as much about the nuance, the personality, or the delivery that that information is packaged in. So things like simple answers with demonstrations, how to change a tire, or how to fix my dried out lawn, or why should I boop the like button on this video I'm watching right now? It's because Nate asked me to. That's it. That's the only reason. But in the context of content that will be replaced by AI, I'm gonna go a little bit more out on a limb here on the wild side and say there's the possibility that there may be some more real-time generative content in the future. Maybe not the near future, but potentially in the future. Things like I input a query and say, hey, I have these ingredients and these kitchen tools. Can you generate me a video walking me through how to bake a cake using what I have on hand? Now, I warned you, this is a bit of wild territory, but I think it's worth actually going down that route and thinking through what that will mean. If YouTube were to go so far as to make things like that replace creators directly, they risk losing the creator group entirely. And the platform becomes nothing more than an AI information hive. And dead internet theory becomes a reality. The good news here is so far, YouTube has proven to be one of the platforms most immune to that kind of thing. And I think that's due in large part to the culture that they've created of real creators creating content for real audiences. One more interesting thing before I talk about what I think we should be doing about this. Mini prediction here is this. AI content is not going to leave. I know it's another dramatic prediction. Oh, Nate, wow. But hear me out here. It is my opinion that the YouTube platform would do well to provide more options for viewers to filter AI content. There's a growing group of audience that are not okay with AI-generated content, and its presence is actually detracting from a satisfying experience for those viewers. Currently, what we have for creators like you and I is the option, there's a checkbox when we upload a video saying, hey, this is AI altered content. My thought here is that might turn into something more in the future if that continues that direction. So here we get to the core, what you need to know or do about this. For most creators, for most people watching this, it's my opinion that you're able to continue on pretty much the same as you are right now, and you won't be replaced by AI immediately tomorrow. However, in addition to that, I'm strongly recommending at this point that you at least become familiar with the tools like Nexus Clips that can enhance the work that you are doing. Because even if it doesn't make it into the final product in any way in the footage of a video, by leveraging AI tools for the process, you're able to put yourself on the same playing field as other creators that are using them. The other big thing I'm recommending we do here is to become irreplaceable by AI. And I'm gonna do something here I've never done this way before. I'm looking to crowdsource a bit with you in the comments the answer to this question. When it comes to content, what things do you think will not be replaceable by AI, at least for a long time? I'm looking to brainstorm with you actively in the comment section on this video because there's potential in an upcoming video that is in the works right now and sharing your thoughts in that video. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And in the meantime, I'm going to utilize one of YouTube's already existing AI algorithms by putting a video right here that it thinks based on your previous viewership of my channel and on YouTube, you would enjoy the most. Now, after having said that, I'm kind of curious what video it's recommending to you right now.